Well, ladies and gentlemen, now it is time to get to the action here as we're about to showcase to you 26 of the Winter Series here on PT Racing TV. As we now set case here for the action here at Concord, North Carolina, the Winter Series. Now ready to get to the action. Here is your starting lineup today. On the pole number 46 will be Justin Lowery, the outside. In the number 35, that is Dustin Karshner. Row number 2 in the 65 is Chuck Sweeting, the outside. In the 61 is Thomas O'Hara. Row number 3 in the 85 from Mexico is Guillermo Alvarez. Number 97 outside of him will be Sammy Harrell. Row number 4 in the 74 is Austin Fitzgerald. The outside in the 72, that is Austin K. Hall. Row number 5 is going to be the 8, Joshua Campbell. The outside, and then number 39, that is Brad Wren. Row number 6 will be the 34 of Alan Pajari. The outside, and the 24 is Justin Lee Pearson. Hold on 1 second. I think I'm having a little bit of trouble here on my settings here. I will say we had an update as well, so maybe giving a little troubles here. I'll just go through the rest of the drivers here. The 51 is Tom Wetmore. The outside, and the 22 is Dave Vigier. 75 is Andrew B. Johnson. 76 will be Charles Van Schaik. The 44 is Christoph Hall. The 9 is Maurice Barnett. The 78 will be Christian Chalanier. Las Pedesca in the 23. Samuel Harris will be driving the number 89. Christoph Hall in the 44. Daniel B. Johnson, 75. Jake Hickson in the number 88. The 42 will be AJ Servato. The 14 will be Mike Ellis. The 40 is Tim Phillips. And the 03 is Keith Rock. Right now, currently, ladies and gentlemen, having a little bit of a problem. Well, there we go. Finally got the live system fixed up there. We apologize in advance there for that one. So right now, currently leading him down across the field here. Justin Lowery here leading him down. Dustin Karshner and Guillermo Alvarez right now partying right in the waves. Just trying to get some speed and get some kick on that. See if we can get that figured out down there and get a little bit more pace in the run there as he continues to move his way to the chains. I know we had a little update there. We had to kind of work around. Thankfully, it seems like we fixed it. I did get told that my volume was a little bit low on my end there, so I hopefully fixed that up a bit. There's Justin Lowery, Guillermo, and Dustin right now firing hard for that first and second, third spot right now. Justin Lowery still leading him down. And Guillermo right now looking like maybe he's going to try early here to try to take the lead. He's trying to bring a little bit of love to the Hispanic side of the racing industry, trying to show what his talent is and what he can bring to the table, looking for everything he's got. So far looking pretty good there, looking pretty strong there, roping around the corners, ripping through the turns. Now again, the oval refresh part 1 was initiated, so we will see a little bit of how much that is going to be taken down for in terms of the weather conditions as well as the temper changes that it does to the track. That could mean the difference maker between success or failure, knowing how to run the lines and how to go. now currently a little bit of brigades up on the track side. Everyone's switching out some paces and switching out some spots. Thomas O'Hara, 61, trying to get a little bit further ahead here with Austin Fitzgerald just kind of holding right down there. Tom Wetmore having a little shoot though right to the inside and throws a huge drop down into the inside lane there from turn number 1. Goes for a broken, now looks to try to get that 74 of Austin Fitzgerald. Looks like we may need to look at getting a new mic around here, honestly. I know my voice has been hurting as of late. It's been kind of harder to talk, so I may need to look to get a little stronger mic to at least catch my voice here. Coming right up on the outside of turn number 4, though. Fitzgerald kind of swung up a little bit there. Here comes Wetmore the inside now, and he moves the chains a little bit, the number 51 machine. And ladies and gentlemen as well, just want to give you a quick little update. If you are new to the channel here, be sure to give us a little like and a follow up here, and make sure you kind of give us some love and show your support by helping us out by shedding the word around and sharing the stream around, because we are currently broadcasting live here on the show. Certainly do appreciate your help and support, and hope you guys still enjoy our content as we get ready for more action. Sammy Harrell right now in the 97. Man, I think if there's ever a driver I think we knew very well around here, I think it's probably him, and of course Charles Van Schaik, Christoph Hall, and all those guys. They are back. Yes, those are the drivers. Maurice Burnett, even too. They are the Go Racing boys, and they are here to play, and they came here to have a little fun. And that 9 of Maurice Burnett driving the Go Racing Diecast LLC machine, trying to show his love and support there. All the boys right now. Christoph Hall even having a little fun with it here. I'm pretty sure Charles Van Schaik's got something to that. Yeah, I kind of figured he did. They stand in unity as much as they stand tall on the track, and they are right now trying to perform that at their best here. Now, one thing I'm going to say right now too, this probably, if anything, is kind of the way Charles would like to race it out here with these drivers, because he's a long-term runner, he's a long-term fighter. I got a feeling he may need to use this here. Right down on the inside now. Dave Fuchs Jr. on the outside, barked up a little bit there in the Spartan Logistics Transportation Machine, the 23 Curb Records Champion Power Equipment of Dallas Pataska right there as well, kind of having a little bit of a time to get around too. Christian Chalonier, the only other European driver out here, or North American driver, right, or excuse me, non-United States driver coming out from the circuit here. He's the only North American, I should say. Of course, Mexico is part of North America, so if I get my geography right, maybe sometime. That's Charles Van Schaik right now. Takes a big jump to the inside, trying to make a bit of a pass off and trying to get some runs here. On 200 lap main event here. This one going to bring a lot of folks to the line, to their limits, and see what they can bring to the table. Joshua Campbell down the number 8 machine, had a little bit of a low off there from 3 and 4. Kind of drove up a little higher maybe than he was expected to, and ended up kind of finding himself just a little bit more tad on the center. That does kind of force every driver into their circumstances a little bit more often than not, and that could be what he's just trying to get around and deal with, as Justin Lowry still deals with Dustin Karshner as well as Guillermo Alvarez. Alvarez earlier on having a little taste there of that race lead position, looked to try to take it home there, couldn't quite get the move off he was looking for. Ends up kind of send himself back up across the flanks here. like a newcomer to the show as well now. Chuck Sweeting trying to have a little bit of a way around there in the 85 machine. So a battle for second now being toppled up and being put up to good use. Could be either driver taking a fork runner here, maybe into a little bit of a tough little ordeal. Right now you kind of just got to keep your eyes focused, keep your eyes peeled on the race, and just keep whatever you can on the momentum playing field here, because that is where the tough parts of this race come into play. Looks like some problems down for there. 22, Dave Fuchs Jr. as he's now parked it into pit road here. So it looks like his day is all but done and over with. Christian Challenger going to have a little fight out here with the number 76, Charles Van Schaik now going head to head here. Moves his way down across the plains to the inside lane now, trying to shoot for a turn or two. I don't know how, but my mic got muted there, guys. I apologize in advance there. I don't know what happened. Was everything working all fine, good, and then all of a sudden my mic was muted there. I was really talking, and I'm like, wait a minute, I got nothing working right. My apologies there, guys. Tom Wetmore right now. Spartan Dave going online here, says Spartan Sim Racing Graphics. Yeah, I know my voice was out there for a little bit there, guys. I apologize in advance. But right now the battle is starting to heat up a little bit. Thomas O'Hara there and Brad Wren having a good little showcase there. As they go head-to-head there, the Thrustmaster 61 machine going straight up the outside wall. Gets a little bit of a clip, trying to bring it back down. Now comes for the field. And just like that, Brad Wren taking a good observation there and taking a little charter out of that. Yeah, chart that up on the chart and make sure you know where you're at on position and speed. The rest, as they say, is history. Still currently dealing with the mic issues right now, of course, unfortunately, and still trying to figure out how to get that fixed up as soon as possible here. I think we might be getting a little bit better at it. I think we might be finally starting to get dialed in here. And speaking of dialed in, looks like Samuel Orell getting that next gen 97 dialed in a bit. Not usually, though, that we see him in that kind of schemed up paint scheme there. I was so used to see him in some other parts schemes, but the genuine parts 97, not looking too shabby there. Pretty good little sign on that one. Christian Challenger there in the 78, though, 13 spots up. He's going up there with Charger Award winners like Dallas Pataska there. He's currently, what, 16 up. Anybody's guess and everybody's position to race it out here in this case, and that is what they're all about. And Austin Fitzgerald, number 74, taking a good long look at this one. Knows where he needs to play it at, knows where he's got a gun to run it down to. As the 34 Pajari back at it on the 97 there, back to the inside. Good battle here in the mid-pack. These drivers making some uses here. Right now, if you're wondering about that race lead here, Justin Laurie here in the number 46, keeping his machine up to full standard, a full second and 25 ahead of the 85 there, Guillermo Alvarez. Good showing him from that driver in that case here. First time we really get to see him on the track and on the full display here, and looking pretty good and solid, I will say. Battle back in the middle here, the 44, Christoph Paul trying to keep up there with Jake Hickson and Joshua Campbell. Jake Hickson right now in the Nationwide machine. Probably running a scheme I think many fans are very well aware of. And even then, I'd still say representing the old Silver Fox or the Silver Ghost machine, that is certainly one that I know David Pearson would be quite happy with. Beautiful looking scheme there. Of course, Dale Earnhardt Jr. style looking on that. I can't go wrong with that in this case here. A little onboard camera here from the Joshua Campbell here. You see him starting to rip the field out a little bit more and more. Charlotte Motor Speedway again, long run race, long distance corners. A lot of tough battling here, and you can see now mixing in the middle there, back onto the track there. Here comes number 32 there, 33, excuse me, AJ Stravato. AJ running a 33 car, but running a 32 number on the sim plant here. I think that's just due in large part the fact that he's kind of having to work with what they gave him, what they got him on. Starting to rack around and kind of ravel around the track here. The 78 of Christian Challenger dealing with everything he can on Tom Wedmore here. Wedmore looking to deal with every little pace and speed. 1/4 of the way done with this race so far, guys, and currently it's looking more and more like it could be a Chevrolet look around here. It could be the Chevrolets having full distance here, which is surprising because last time we were here, it was the Fords that had quite a little bit of something to say there, and they were certainly bringing them up to full standard, up to full power. Dallas Pataska right now, though, currently having a little bit of a hard time keeping the car up and stable here. Nice little pass there as Wetmore making a good drive there on that inside line. You'll notice this a lot too, where drivers just kind of pace and fire the way more and more with how they handle the corners and how they handle the drives here. Great look at battle there at the top 5. That's your third spot going out of here. Dallas here looks like he may be trying to find something to kind of work off from there for Christian Challen here as Tom Wedmore goes up a little bit high in the corner there, but now trying to bring it back down off the exit. The outside exit is going to be a little bit more difficult for the next gen to kind of nail down and fight off from because, again, has to run up to that line there. Whereas that inside lane is going to be a little bit easier to kind of stranglehold with the shifting part as well as kind of firing up from the guns. Still hard to believe we gotta shift in and out with these cars a little bit, but hey, that's just part of the demons you face with these kind of races. Now 50 laps into this race here. Lorig here now moving the lead even further along as we go for a little onboard shot here. Let's take a little drive around here in Charlotte Motor Speedway. And really, this is the reason why he is so strong right now. Currently, you look at the pace, look at the way the car is kind of handling around the track and how he kind of holds up into the turns and the straights. I notice that too. Look at that. Does not shift in, does not shift out. Just keeps it nice and steady, nice and smooth for the turns here. Then lets the car kind of reel back up, corner down, and the car just simply giving it everything she's got and where he needs it to. Rather rinse and repeat. That is how you do it here, and that's how it's going to be able to kind of keep everything in full place and in full charge. Right back around now. Samuel Harris, number 89 machine, going to get drifted up for a little 3 wide swoop as the number 35 machine making a big jump on the inside there, runs it right down. Dustin Karshner trying to get his pace back, trying to get his momentum back underneath him, and that seems to really be helping out a bit as the number 74 being kind of trapped up there again with Stravato and Fitzgerald just looking for everything they can, try to hang on. Now the battle going extremely tight through the corners here. They are going to have to deal with every little bit they can. Swinging to the inside now, the Chevrolet accessories of Karshner trying to get ahead of lap traffic situation. Again, fresher tires, fresher speeds, fresher momentum, and a little bit more fuel. Yeah, it usually does help a little bit in these kind of races. Let's just say that. Tim Phillips right now, number 40 machine, kind of coming up right there in the Pioneer car as he runs it right through as a 3 wide salute, engages, oh! And run it right back down the inside. That's the problem you go when you do 3 wide off a corner here, and that is all she wrote. Keith Vaughn getting right in there with the number 39, Brad Wren going for a horrible wreck. The front of the nose destroyed on impact there. And now we got 2 badly damaged up cars. Looks like Wren is done. He's done. Oh, yikes. Horrible wreck ensuing there right on out of the shot there. Vaughn just going right in between in the middle. And Wren looks like he's trying to corner down, trying to see where he can go. And unfortunately, 0-3 just completely caught him right on the edge there. And yeah, he's done. He will not be returning back to the track here. Keith Vaughn out of the race. 0-3 left this again. Just kind of run it right through. And oh, right there, actually, yeah, it looks like from my angle on the other camera, it looked like 39 came down, but it looks like actually 0-3 slipped up a bit. That was where it happened. So it looks like on that camera angle, Wren actually was the one that ended up clipping him. Horrible wreck there, ladies and gentlemen. And unfortunately, with no fast repairs to speak of, well, that's going to not really make it any easier to get back into this race. Big opportunity here, though, folks. It's now pit road open and ready to go. We'll see who gets out of here first and who gets to the front in this case. Out of pit road, Justin Lowry beating them all out. Christian Challoner, they're getting a good jump out of there. Travato, Sweeting, Wetmore, Alvarez, Harris, Fitzgerald, Pajari, and Hall. David K. Hall in this case are the ones that restrain and strengthen their grip and their footing here in positions. Just about halfway through this race so far here, guys. Drivers currently getting rallied up and performing up at a high level again, trying to see where they can nail down the tracks, where they kind of nail down their speed and acquisitions. A lot of drivers know they need to be very tenacious and tough in their approach and need to be focused on where they get this line out from. Gonna throw him down the line off of turn number 4 here. Lori, Challenger, and all them coming right to the edge of the mark. And green flag back on out. Here we go yet again. Still quite a few laps here in Charlotte. Swinging it down 3 wide, right in the front of the stretch here, right on the playing field, and Wetmore, Challenger, and Stravato. Oh, Lord, they went right for it there. A 3 wide salute to mix it up on the front straightaway. Imagine just trying to have to clear that and hold your breath on that level. Samuel Harris right now, a little onboard shot, 11 spots up there, working up there. Down here, 18, 17 spots for Stravato. Stravato starting all the way back at 22nd. 20th for Challenger. And man, oh man, is it a long, long drive just to get up to that front, get up to the position. Coming back around now, Bajari having a little bit of a shot here at the dark, maybe trying to make some run out of what he can. Justin Laurie still holding down the lead here by a good margin. Down here, though, is right there with him. Again, the longer this race kind of goes, the more it kind of situates out, it's going to be a lot more difficult for anyone to kind of make that measure up or that pace that they need to. You're going to have to really find some openings and some shots to take from there and make a good use of. You need to be patient as much as you need to be focused on that drive line, though, because again, there's easily enough times where you can just get caught up in the moment there a little bit, and then all of a sudden, just like that, the old stock car racing finesse there. If you got a bumper, you might as well use it. They were put on there for a reason. I think Dale Earnhardt Sr. once said that God could put bumpers on the cars for a reason, and we might as well use them. I could not disagree more with that statement. Although I will say, if you're going to use them, I'd rather use it at the right time rather than getting myself in trouble way before I ever needed to. Our onboard shot here, Stravato continues to face out there with Bajari and Harris. The thing I think that's kind of surprised me right now, though, guys, again, is the fact that I'm just hearing the cars shift as much as I am, honestly. I was kind of expecting more of them to shift on the shorter track ends rather than just literally right on the bigger tracks like here in Charlotte Speedway. It's a little bit of a different feeling, a different kind of situation to really have to even figure that out. Because again, it's not usually a track I would expect them to do, let alone wanting them to do, because I would expect them more to run the line and kind of keep pace from there. So very, very weird little run there these guys are kind of putting up here. So right now the battle for the lead kind of kicking up a bit. Everyone else in the mid-pack range here just trying to do their own thing. Number 14 and Mike Ellis here having a good little spot here in the chart. Going right up there with Justin Lee Pearson, the 24 machine right behind him. Everybody right now currently focusing in and focusing hard on what they can do. A little bit of a move around here. Sam Murrell now in the 97 here, coming right up on the outside lane, marking it up there with number 24, Justin Lee Pearson. Pearson trying to avoid the same situation that Brad Wren found himself in earlier. And I believe he was literally just dead set right behind him there, right close to him when it had happened. And he knows what can do in horribly, horribly situations there. Parking around now, Ellis here taking a little run on the outside lane, trying to get something going there. Jake Hickson even now starts to move his way into the chains. Everybody now, going a little bit closer into position here as a little slap on the wall. The 97 to Sammy Harrell there, bounced right in between and not where he wanted to be.
every placement, every spot right now, every drive. These guys know they can't be giving up too much pace and too much speed here. They need to be very focused and cunning on their overall momentum and their overall speeds. The longer this race comes down to as well, that's what's going to really kind of take these guys for a bit of a shoot. They need to make sure they're knowing what can do with and what they can't do with in terms of overall pace and control. Kind of looking at it from here too, it looks like really the track is starting to kind of hone it in a little bit. It looks like the track is starting to get a little bit more towards the middle lane, more toward the higher up of the bottom run. The bottom lane still has some speed, but it looks like that middle ground, if you can land it there and get some spacing in between, looks like it's starting to grip a little more. So that could be a bit of a difference maker here, especially considering that you got guys like Lori dealing with Challenger there still. Challenger right now currently looking to try to get something going here on Lori. Lori trying to deal with everything he can. Keep that pace up and trying to keep all the power up in full play. But again, using the extreme bottom lane. That seems to be his target, but you see right there that little bobble. He got off of the corner, kind of hit the apron, now slid up a little bit. That will give him a 100th off for the second. And it could be a full 10th in a minute. Challenger right now looking at that move. And it looks like he's starting to see some eyes on the target. I've always said in these kind of races, you got to keep your eye on the ball, you got to keep your head in it, you got to keep your focus driven on the spot here, you got to keep your momentum going. Only question is how long, how far can they go before it will end up kind of dying down on them, or how far will the track let them go until it becomes more and more of a substantial problem for them? That's the big question they still need to figure out. halfway done with this race now. Jake Hickson and Mike Ellis right now currently going head to head here in this one. And yet again now, David K. Hall and Sammy Harrell going at it a little too there. Each driver right now just trying to get a little bit of a momentum base going for their speed and their overall endurance. Every driver needs to keep their pace, keep themselves on track, especially considering they get themselves a little bit too squirrely there and just ends up right into the wall protection when they least expect it. Mike Ellis getting a good taste of that there. Just like that, all of a sudden you kind of flip the script on them once more, and now you just try to figure out where to kind of come back from there. A huge momentum loss there and a lot of time left on the track now to continue to face it out here. Our Charger Award winner Christian Chaloner is still just desperately, I mean at this point desperately trying to find something on that PFC 46. iRacing.com 78 doing whatever he can possibly do to get into the race lead, but just can't quite get enough to work. The longer this goes and the tougher this becomes now, it just seems like more and more each driver will do whatever they can possibly to get something dialed in here. Samuel Harris, certainly one of them there, is AJ Stravato with a little bit of a bobble, a little bit of a problem there, breaking it down a bit. Got a good jump there on that run now, trying to take it to Stravato. Stravato, though, able to hold the bottom lane, shooting back at him there. Stravato and Harris right now still side by side. They're continuing to make their pace. And again, the way Concord seems to work here, again, the banking around here really making this for some exciting racing today here as they go into a little bit there hard in turn number one. Let's take a look at our track tech talk real quick here, presented by the Winter Series. Again, winter falling down here in Concord. This is currently what we're looking at, 1.5 miles of the lane. High banks, high runs, but the one thing note, the banking in the backstretch and front stretch just a little bit different. Backstretch a little bit more banked up, but does have a slight little increase. The front stretch almost just completely curves back and dials down again, just where it's almost a 0-degree banking, and that in turn makes it that much harder to kind of nail these corner offs. You got a little slight hill to kind of run up from on the entry of the turn one, and then having to roll it back harder off in turn number two. You can't really figure this track out completely, but you sure can get used to the bumps and the clicks in the corners here if you just take your time with it. Dustin Karshner right now taking a good little line there as a 35 Chevrolet accessories machine. Doing whatever he can there as well. As he gets it around Bajari there in the 34. Now looks like maybe Karshner has a little bit of an obfuscation, a little bit more of an opening and a leeway. Any time for these drivers to really take full control of these kind of runs here, that's where they really like to do it, and that's where they really have to kind of keep them pace up to full performance. The number 40, Tim Phillips, 8 spots up, started from the back in the 25th. He's moved up to the 17th spot now. Good little run there as Justin Pearson having a little bit of trouble here on the later half of this race.
Coming down right to the lens here. Looks like Challoner still, he's just giving everything he's got to get to Justin Laurie, but Laurie just will not let him breathe. He's got his foot so far on his throat right now. He is currently just squeezing every bit of life out of that 78, just trying to make a pass here with 85 laps left to go. You just kind of wonder in the back of your mind now as a driver, do you have what it takes to get ahead? Do you have what it takes to take that run and really work it down to the end? That's when you know the mental game starts to kind of process and starts to become a lot harder and harder to deal with. Carsoner right now trying to get around to Harris here, looking for a little bit of an opening, a little bit of a gap to brew up from. And this is where I really kind of like the intrigue here, is just you can see more of the track kind of really playing in to each driver in each spot. Makes it more and more ideologically wise, a little bit tougher to kind of take down in full control and take into full perspective. Challoner right now currently doing what he can here. Tom Wetmore is finally starting to come back up here through the field a little bit. Looks like he's going to try to make a run for it here on to Laurie. We'll see if he can get that race lead here.
Launching light back down. Wetmore there, making a beautiful charge up there from Challenger. Now Lowry with the combination. Going to have to deal with the pressure there coming from Wetmore. Wetmore looking to try to finally nail this one down. You can see, though, the laps have not lied. Possible shot making here to be used up on the drive line. Each driver knows they need to be very, very careful and very superstitious of where this one goes. There is a possibility could take that one away if the timing is executed properly and the momentum is there. Our lap counter here, lap number 126 here, guys. And that time around, oh, Lori just did not give him anything there. Kind of poltered the lines back and said, wait, he's catching up to me there? I think I need to change that a little bit. Let's see how I can change that up by just simply driving a little bit quicker. Certainly worked there for him. Lingering in the background right now, Tim Phillips here having a little duel there with Samuel Harrell there. Samuel looking a little too hard on the gas pedal there, kind of found a way to kind of travel down there. More and more cars that keep coming around, the longer and tougher this becomes for anyone that's trying to make their pace and make their dues. Kind of surprising though to see Guillermo Alvarez here farther along than he was here earlier on. He was very fast on the early goings here. He was really speeding up the pace and taking full control where he could. Now it looks like he's just completely lost the narrative where he wanted to go and what he wanted to do. Back and stacking up right now. Wetmore and Lowry going to pit row. The first time we've seen the leaders give up the chances here. Justin Lowry going to lose the lead. This is the first time that all these laps, 134 incompleted. The 78, a Challenger right now looking to stranglehold that and take into full perspective. May have a chance here if he can keep the momentum going. Carson now into pit road here, and now Challoner currently looking just to keep the pace going. Stravado staying well ahead of there. Guillermo Alvarez trying to look back at where he went to pit road. Looks like he went on lap number 64. So he's pretty much due for a pit road stop here eventually. He's going to need to really figure that one out. I think he's just trying to linger around as far as he can. Go as heavy and as fast as he can, but I don't know if that's going to work for him. Now Challoner going to pit road. Charles Van Schaik, the new leader. Dallas Pataska, and Justin Lowry, Samuel Harris, and Challoner now back into the rounds, into the race runs here. Everyone looking to try to keep their momentum going, trying to look for anything that possibly could initiate any opportunities or hope for the race win. Just about 60 laps left to go here. Currently, Van Schaik leading down the field. And again, I think this is really what he was kind of hoping for, was this kind of long run, long distance shot. Really a driver you just cannot just let up easily on. He's going to make sure he puts you to his fullest potential. He's going to make sure he puts you to every little limit, every little spot he can. He loves this kind of racing. He loves that long run. He loves to just kind of shoot out from the hips and shoot it to the top, looking for any little bit he can as these cars continue to navigate and push everyone to their limits here. Just 60 laps left to go right now. Currently, the pacing is starting to get thicker and thicker. Van Schijk right now still leading down the field here. He went on lap number 106 here. I'm kind of interested to see if he's really going to try and make that run last as long as he can here. I don't know if it's going to be long enough, or maybe he's expecting a caution to kind of come out in between there. If he is, he's definitely looking at a long-term strategy and long-term pace. It's going to be a very tough road, though, to get to, and probably even more tougher than that. I think it's going to be just an all-around kind of shootout to hang on to that spot, and let alone try to get enough of it. The hardest part about trying to lead a race like this and then having to try to also work the fuel strategy in, trying to work everything else in, it just completely hinders and really puts them off here and kind of sets them in a very, very tough spot there. Well, now 50 laps remaining in this one here, as Van Schijk has lost the race lead. Lowry, Challenger coming right up ahead there of Schijk. Looks like Schijk just couldn't quite keep his speed up to par, and maybe trying also just try to stabilize the fuel up. I don't know if it was going to work necessarily, but man, you got to give him credit for at least trying. Down here now, the lead here. Lowry just can't quite keep up there with him. He's trying to get some pace back on him, trying to make something work. It looks like Challenger might be finally starting to figure this out a bit. Talk about the Coke 600 and how that 600 lap rate, that 600 mile race is. Then you come to this one. You think it would easily be a little easier to kind of maintain and deal with. But again, guys, a nearly 400 lap race is no easy task. Or excuse me, actually this is a 300 mile long race. Excuse me, not like what I say 400 lapper. I bet 400 miler. This is a 300 miler. And this one right now currently has just been pacing, control, and observation. I am curious to know, though, with some of these drivers, how they might feel about this race, how long the distance has been, the travel zone, the power, the draw, and everything that kind of comes with it. Been such an interesting dilemma to kind of work around and deal with as now the number 76, Van Schaik, coming from pit road, trying to hurry back into this. Austin Fitzgerald, the number 74, going right back on the inside lane now, trying to shoot back quickly on Sweeting. Bajari and the number 34 also in the midst, looking to give one last little run to that top 5. I don't think, honestly, unless Akashi comes out, that some of these guys are going to be trying to look for that race lead. I think a lot of them are really pacing more towards just trying to survive and conquer to get up to that position they want to be in. Looks like a little bit of a glitch graphic gremlin attacking some of these drivers here and getting them a little bit more off the guard and off the pace here. And again, when I say the glitch graphic gremlins are on the attack, that means that their internet is kind of making them blink in and out a little bit. But as I make the joke, it's basically it's basically the glitch graphic gremlins trying to take the souls of these drivers away from the car and away from the circuit. Just a little funny weird way of just saying they're blinking in and out badly. Reese Burnet's first time ever here in the Winter Series, showcasing whatever he can on the track here, trying to get a little bit of whatever pacing he can as well. It's very, very tough to tame, nail down, kind of nail biter here. No one has been safe from trouble or issues, it seems like, and with 40 laps now remaining in this one, it is turning more and more into a bit of a fight out for survival. Van Schaik ripping her right around now, still trying to get some pacing back in between, looking for everything that could possibly go right. Samuel Harris, Dallas Pataska right now going head to head here for your battle for the top 5 positioning. Pataska totally in the 3rd spot. Harris trying to get up one more position to get that 3rd position away. Maybe it's just my own personal little bias here, but I definitely like that logo he's got going on there. I nicknamed myself the Crusader a long, long time ago, and I've always kind of loved that knight look you see on anything. But that is the Kingsman Racing 89 machine here. Trying to face quickly on that 23 here of Dallas as Dallas goes a little bit too close on the wall protection, kind of ripped it right on around and took a little nudge out of it. And almost takes another little nudge there, coming right down the corner there, side by side. Both drivers absolutely putting the boots to the fenders here, just trying to do whatever they can possibly. Harris, Pataska, Kirshner right now, both in their position, both close on momentum here, and now it looks like more and more could go either way here. Either driver just looking for a little bit of an opening, a little bit of a chance here to throw into the dark. And Kirshner, big jumper right on the inside, trying to go for the run here, and might have a chance.
now Karshner right now jumping right up ahead. Harris and Pataska and Fitzgerald now looking to try to nail down the final legs of this race. 173 of 200 now in the books. And for the first time today, Lori is not the one leading out by a distance. Challoner, the one that is leading him up by a good distance now, 19 spots up. Did the 78 finally find something to work off from and to work around with? That is a huge deal if he has. Because that tells me he's going to pretty much be locked in the center and he's going to be locked on the drive line here where he wanted to be at. That is a huge deal in my opinion, and I know one thing is for sure. He cannot be more than happy on that. .5 laps now left to go here, race fans. All eyes centered around the track and all eyes centered on the drive here. Hold on, there's something wrong here, guys. And we just... We'll be right back, guys. Got some technical difficulties on my end here. Something just broke down on our end here, guys.
The finish line. Hey, the radio, the big crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh.
Alright, I think we got it back up and running here, guys. Hold on. Get this back up. Here we go. Come on. There we go. Sorry. Sorry so much for the guys, the jump cuts there. Alright, I think we finally got it up and running now. So again, as I was saying before, our technical difficulties just popped up on our end there. I think there was something that iRacing forgot to get fixed up on our end here, and now they finally got it done. Wetmore now trying to get back ahead in the lap traffic there and get back into the race lead lap, if you will, but that's not looking too good for the Tube Tech 51. The 33 of Stravato there, KHIO going, hey, oh, let's go to the front now, just heating in 10 spots here. He's in top 10 right now, looking to get there around Alan Pajari.
Kajari still tries to find some level of speed and leveling range around the track here. The gaps in the positions right now just starting to spread even further in and further along. It's becoming more and more apparent that it's going to be an absolute challenge and a half just to try to stay in place and stay on the charge and in position to work everything around. Josh Gamble right now currently dealing with Jake Hicks, and right behind him there in the 88 machine. It seems like the whole time here, guys, has the 8s have just been pretty much right there dead set with each other the whole time, it seems like. Maybe it's just me, but I don't know. It seems like both guys have just been basically at the same level, the same field, same towing position. Either driver has been pretty much out of the open other than just completely right on the nose and challenging everything they can here. Now the level here just looks like more and more. It could just be one little spot, one little hiccup, and that's all she's going to take to lose your position. No one really has given up anything other than just a complete drive off and a control of the windows here. What a long, long road, ladies and gentlemen, we've taken to get to here. What a long, tall journey. Everybody has done what they needed to do to get to this place. shockers in between here like David K. Hall, Guillermo Alvarez, no, not in the top position or the top placement there. Rats maybe just did not quite nail down the corners, nail down the runs they were looking, maybe were just a little bit coincided on everything else that kind of played their way and played into their factors here. No matter how you look at it here, it was just a complete 180 of driving and position and speed and control to the endurance levels they had taken. Some faces, though, kind of moving away quicker in the position than I was expecting. Dallas Patasca, one of them here. Kind of shocked to see where he kind of ended up at there. Justin Laurie, obviously a name. We already knew it was going to be up close and personal on that, trying to just dish out whatever left he can these last bit of laps. Dustin Karshner and Samuel Harris, much at the same vein. Four laps left to go right now currently. Nothing really you can do about it here. Challenger just left the drivers in the dust. Sent everyone packing up, and not like anything else you can see, just had his way and wanted to go for it. A mere 2 laps to go. Christian Challenger right now 4 seconds ahead of Justin Laurie. Just absolutely passionate, pushing and diving everything to its limits and to its momentum. Down to the final legs of the race here, and now it's pretty much all she wrote. White flags coming out this time on by here in the Winter Series for Justin Challenger, for Christian Challenger. Down the final legs here through 3 into 4, ladies and gentlemen. All she wrote. Christian Challenger from 20th to 1st. Christian's going to win this one. it took to get here, folks, but that is what the endurance level and speeds put these drivers through time and time again. One caution to speak of, Christian Challenger going to take home the victory here in Charlotte. And man, what a long, long road this had to have been on so many levels. Well, we'll let him burn that car up as it sounds like he's about to lose the engine. Christian Challenger going to go win this one out. Justin Lowry going to go second. Dallas Pataska is going to get a solid third. Fourth to Dustin Karshner. Fifth to Sammy Harris. Sixth to Austin Fitzgerald. There's the engine. Seventh to Alan Bajari. Eighth to David K. Hall. AJ Stravato going ninth. 10th to Chuck Sweeting to round out top 10. The rest of your finishers on your screen, folks. And man, what a long, long road this one took to get to. But all in all, that is how you run your race. That is how you speed things up and take it to the fullest extent of this racing. We'll give the top three just a minute here to chat with us real quick. See what their thoughts are on this one here. Obviously, I'm kind of interested to see what their thought process were kind of dealing with this kind of racing ordeal. Especially when you consider just how tough and quick you had to be just to make it into this playing field, into this level of drive. I'm still doing a little bit of a sore throat here, guys, so don't mind me if I kind of go off a little bit on the clock here. I didn't say I was fully 100% there. Just taking a quick second here. It doesn't look like we're going to get any of our top three finishers here, so we'll go ahead and give them the overlay real quick here. Dallas Pataska again taking third place home for this one. A solid effort again. Congratulations to him and his team for taking full reins of the run there in late rally and rush. Justin Lowry again, so much potential and so much speed kind of used up there when they needed to. Definitely took a good long look at everything they could nail down or what they could bring to the table, but just was not able to get the second half to work. Could have been due, unfortunately, to the pit stops, as Christian Challenger is going to win this one out here and finish in a high note. What a performance here in a very, very tall road that he had to endure to get to it. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been your Winter Series here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We appreciate it, guys, tuning on in. We hope you enjoyed the show. Until next time, stay tuned for more.